morning, everybody. You guys doing all right?
Yeah.
You guys sleep good?
No.
No.
I stayed up when late. My brother woke me up.
Like she said, my name is Matthew. I am a presenter. I present about my autistic life. I'm actually a person with autism, and I've been going to different schools for 3 years to present this slideshow. So just before this is better. Just before I start, I actually just want to show you guys more of what's like, what autism is in general, in case none of you guys know what autism is in general. So it's basically a treatable neurological spectrum disorder. It affects between 1 to 150 children, youth, and adults in BC alone. And most people that have autism see things differently than others, and that's how I got that diagnosis when I was 2.5 years old. And some people that have autism may have some problems learning different subjects anywhere. Like, for example, with myself, when I was probably you guys' age, what grade level?
Grade 1 and 2.
Grade 1, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was exactly around this age, I actually had difficulties learning, especially mathematics. At the beginning of my life, I was born on May 7th, 1998. I would be turning 20 years old next month. It's really exciting. And that's me as a newborn. It's pretty interesting. So in preschool, I went to the Child Development Center here in Nanaimo. It's a really good preschool actually for people who have difficulties learning and for people with autism to go to have fun and socialize with other kids like you guys. It's an interesting preschool, and I met a lot of good teachers there. So elementary school, unfortunately, I did not come here. I went to Uplands Park Elementary School. It was a pretty good school. It's a school that knows how to make a difference by understanding, performance, and service. And there's something that's called UPS that Uplands Park does every year. And UPS stands for Understanding, Performance, and Service. And that's what really makes a difference to Uplands. So since I was you guys' age, I had a lot of learning problems, which I said not too long ago, as well as behavior issues during recess. Like I'll bet you lots of times at recess when you're outside, you see lots of people fighting and misbehaving. It happens all the time. I've seen it. Even when I've been visiting elementary schools over the years, when kids are at recess, when I'm on break, I hear people shouting and just fighting around. It's crazy.
That's what I was listening.
Yeah, and my grade 4 year was the worst school year because I actually got into a lot of trouble from the principal and for so many different things. So I've actually been in the principal's office a lot in grade 4. But my behavior did start to improve a bit more throughout grade 5 and 7. And I want to share actually a memory because, how are you doing? I actually want to share a memory. It's a shame Mrs. Seda walked out of the door because I was going to share it with her, but I'll just say it anyway.
She'll be back in just a few minutes.
It's okay. I actually knew Mrs. Seda for years. She used to work with me when I was at Uplands, and she actually taught me the basics of sign language, which is something you might have heard of. I don't know, I'm not a huge professional at it anymore, but yeah, there's one. Yeah.
Mrs. Savick has taught us a little bit of sign language too.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Nathan, thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, that's one memory I really enjoyed working with her. She only worked with me for grades 4 and 5, but it was amazing when I saw her walk into the door today. It was really, really cool. So high school, I went to Wellington Secondary School. I already graduated, but I wish I was still in high school because Wellington was a really great high school. You guys excited for high school in the future?
Yeah.
I know it's early. No. Yeah, on one hand, that's great.
My sister goes to Wellington.
Excellent. We'll take questions for later.
Okay, thank you.
So my first year in high school, which is when you get to grade 8, that's when you start high school. So the first day of high school it's definitely different because you actually meet 2 times more of the people you meet here than you do at any other school. So it was very interesting for me to meet these people. And 2 weeks into my first year of high school, I made lots of new friends, and I also started to love going to school. Cause I know I still wish I was in school, but that's the reason why I wish I did. Cause I loved school. I even loved homework. I actually liked homework, which is a good thing. Of course, it's always good to love homework. Because since I loved homework, I got principal's lists on my report card throughout all grade 12. So that's something to be proud of. So we're going to bump along to grade 11 because grades 9 and 10 are pretty much the same as grade 8. Grade 11, my biggest moment of my grade 11 year was when I decided on my own to change my life completely. You guys curious why? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the story now. So it's an interesting story. One night in February a few years ago, I had a problem going to sleep one night because before I tried to fall asleep, something weird happened to my brain, which was I was trying to remember everything from years ago, like in grade 4, where I had issues with my behavior. And then I kind of had the worst behavior over the years. And then I was thinking to myself, how am I going to change that? So before I fell asleep that night, do you know what I thought into my mind?
What?
The next day, when I go to school, I'm apologizing to every single friend out there that I misbehaved with over the years. And then true enough, the next day, once my life changed completely, all my friends in high school started to become such amazing friends to me. And they still do, even though I'm graduating and I don't communicate with them much anymore. But we still keep in touch and through social media, so that's an interesting thing. All right, grade 12, my last year of high school before graduation. My final year of high school was very emotional because it's hard to leave a place where you meet so many students like you guys with all your friends here and all that.
Please bring your attention back to Matthew. Thank you, boys and girls.
Yeah, I almost forgot they still do it in the morning, so it's okay. No worries. So during the 2016 high school award ceremony, I received something, it's called a School Spirit Award. Do you guys know what I mean by school spirit? Any show of hands? You guys do? Yeah. Well, what it means is when you get something called a School Spirit Award, it basically is meaning, say for instance with me, I was showing a lot of respect to the school throughout grade 11 and 12. And since I communicated with so many students and staff without having the misbehaving attitude, that's how you could deserve a School Spirit Award. And I don't think Rock City ever makes awards like that before, I don't think.
I don't know. It's my first year at Rock City.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
I don't think so, but something to keep in mind for the staff in the future.
We don't do that, but we do have a job. That trip after school, wonderful school.
Yeah, I have heard about that before actually.
Yes,
Alright, so here are two photo comparisons. This one was when I was in the 8th grade, and this is me in grade 12. So I was wearing my grad gown and everything. That's what's going to happen to you once you get to grade 12. You're going to wear that gown here to show that you're graduating school and you're going to move on to a new life. Now, this one here, I remember 2 years ago, I got a card that looks like this, and this was actually from all the students at Rock City School that was here from the 2015 to 2016 year. Yeah, and it's a big card, which really surprised me. It has all these students and teachers writing on that card to show support for my graduation, which I cried so much after seeing that. But yeah, that's one thing I just have to share for every presentation. Okay, so I'm going to show you something, it's called the big step. And the reason why I call it the big step is because there I am there, and I actually won an award. It's called a Tom Mason Wildcat Award. The Tom Mason Wildcat Award this is Mr. Mason right there. He used to be a vice principal at Wellington Secondary School, but he retired the same time as when I graduated. And since Mr. Mason has been at Wellington for 26 years, working at Wellington, and I was working along with him as well throughout grade 12, because we were under upgrades into our school through construction. So what happened was, since we were getting close to the end of construction back then, and we were checking out new stuff, me and Mr. Mason were helping out with each other, just trying out new things and inspecting things together and stuff like that, and setting up for assemblies. And they decided to surprise Mr. Mason with this big wildcat award on a plaque, and I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So this is what it looks like. So there's my name there. I'm the first student that won it, and it's on a plaque, so that's something really, really cool. Now I'm going to play a video actually for you guys. I'm going to show you the video of when I won that award. Yours? Oh, there. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Recipient in 2016 is displayed tremendous pride and ability while in school of never asked, not without asking. As welcoming and engaging to all of our students, communicating to the age, grade, and social needs. The student gives countless hours to all activities in the school, our daily school, and attempting some happy with only school t-shirts. Thank you.
That's the award right there.
Awarded to a Wellington graduate for outstanding service, leadership, and commitment to school and community. And we're very proud to call the Tom Mason Life Family.
You ready for the big part?
Yeah.
This is coming up any minute now.
The recipient of the 2016 inaugural Tom Mason Life Award is Matthew Krastel.
There I am, way over there in the back. Yep, that's me there.
And the pink. The red.
What did you guys think of that? Pretty cool? Yeah. Yeah, I really like that footage. It really almost made me cry. Because of, hopefully this still works. There we go. There we go. So once I graduated from high school, I felt definitely disappointed because, of course, I enjoyed high school and even all my friends I've known for a long, long time. And I'm so emotional by it. It's never gonna go away. It's disappointing. A month after I graduated, I started working at Lowe's Home Improvement. I still do. It's a great place to work. I've worked there since July 2016. And I'm a loader, so I load heavy things with people's vehicles. It's pretty fun. Now, there's one big question I want to ask before I finish, which is, how deep can you show school spirit to your school? It will probably take you time to think about it, so you don't have to answer it to me right now, which is fine. It could take time to finish and answer that question, because it took me years to actually answer that question to my own mind. It's a lot. It's a big question. I always like to ask that. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, feel free. Feel free to ask me.
That thing where you won still there?
Oh,
Is the
like where?
award that he won still at the school? Is that what you
Yes, yes, it still is. Actually, there are students that graduate the year after me and all that, they're gonna still win it too. And there was 2 students actually last year that won it, but I'm curious to know who's gonna win it this year. I never know. I won't know until I get you to find out. Yes.
That place with the veil on it, and I was just putting on this veil.
Which place, sorry?
Veil.
Oh, the Child Development Center, yeah. Yeah, it's a really good preschool. Like, I enjoyed, like, I was so disappointed to go there on the first day because I just was used to staying at home as a kid, and then after the first week, I just enjoyed it so much. Let's grab you at the back.
Is that daycare Preschool still there?
Good job.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, of course it is. And actually, there's a lot of fundraisers that go around to the Child Development Center. Actually, the big events in Nanaimo, usually when they fundraise and raise money and stuff like that, usually the proceeds actually go to the Child Development Center. And they've done it for years, believe me.
Get straight out when it was done.
Yeah, but I was just graduated, it was like, I'm done. It's which I wish it didn't happen. But so many students, yeah, of course.
I didn't like when I changed schools because I was kind of scared and nervous.
Yeah, do it. Everybody has that. Even I did. Like just leaving to a new place, out of a place, and moving on. Especially moving to elementary school when I got to kindergarten. It's tough too. You're not the only one. Trust me.
Baseball was my
I never even wanted to go to
You know what?
That's right. That's right. It's not that far from here.
Does anyone have any questions for Matthew? So remember, a question starts with who, what, when, where, why, or how.
Correct.
So think about things that might be a question, not stories, but a question.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm gonna be turning 20 next month.
He's 19.
That's right. Currently, yes.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Anybody? Do you
I have a question, yeah.
Sure.
Matthew, I'm curious to know, because you're a person with autism, was there anything that happened to you when you were in school or when you were growing up that kind of hurt your feelings, or people that weren't kind to you, or anything like that? Because I have a couple of friends who are people with autism, and they've had experiences like that. So I'm curious to know if anything like that happened to you.
I must be honest. There's a lot of things I can answer to that actually. The biggest one was, of course, I got bullied. Actually, not just when I was young. I even got bullied at this age before. It's crazy, and bullying doesn't stop. I've even tried to stop bullying for years, and it just never goes away. New people come to places, and then they increase it. And I've gone through disappointment a lot when people tell me certain things, and I hate being forced. That's another thing too. There's so many things that goes on and on, but I won't mention it to other people. I'll just tell you the big stuff for sure. Yeah.
What did you do to get that prize?
The Tom Mason Wildcat Award. So the reason why I got that award was because, first of all, Mr. Mason was retiring, so they wanted to do a surprise award for him, just for his retirement. And also, when I was working around with him a lot in grade 12, and I didn't expect to. First of all, it was a big surprise for everybody in that ceremony, because I didn't find out I was winning that until that day. I never knew about the Tom Mason Wildcat Award when I was still in school, or even on the last day of school before the ceremony at the Fort Theater, which is where it was. So yeah, it was a big surprise. Yeah.
How can you have a job if you're 19?
But you know what's interesting?
Good question, Christian.
Sure. There's actually people even in high school that have a job. Like you can get hired in a job when you're 15. Like a lot of people I know work at McDonald's, and I never did, but.
What about 1 year old?
No.
No, you have to be old enough to get a job, 15.
You can work at
Yeah.
baby daycare.
Well, the legal age is 15. The legal age is 15 or over to start a job.
Are there any other questions for Matthew?
What? Like, how did you what kind of notes happened? What was it?
There was a person that used to be here working with us in the school, but she moved on somewhere else.
So it was from Rock City, that
Yes.
card is from Rock City, from the students.
Yeah, what,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something about it too, because there's a worker that was here before, that I've known as well for years. And I was at a youth banquet for my grad 2 years ago, and she went to it as well. And since she knew I was going, she decided to give me this big envelope. And she showed me, and like, oh, this must be something for a vacation or something. That's, pardon me? My name's Matt. Yeah, it was funny because just seeing like all this, like this big envelope makes me think this is meaning I won $1 million or a vacation. But no, I opened the envelope and sure enough it was that big card and it was all these people writing on it. It was interesting. I'll probably do one more.
We have a couple more minutes, you can do one more question.
Yeah, I do one. Sure. Everybody at Rock City, but there was one staff worker that used to be here, was the one that mainly gave it to me once it was finished. No, Mrs. Atrell. She used to be here at Rock City for 2 years, but she left just after my first year being presenting here. So before I finish, I have one thing. So I have a website on www.mmkrastel.wix.com/my-site, and I also have free business cards for just showing you information about me. If you guys are interested, I can give you.
I am too.
How about, why don't we do this, why doesn't Matthew leave some business cards with me and I'll hand them out at the end of the day so they can go in your planners and you can take them home. Does that sound like a good plan? 22.
22.
Yeah.
All of them.
I have a lot here. Sorry,
That's okay.
it's hard for me to count.
No problem.
21. Actually 21 because then.
Yeah, I gave him one already, so.
That's fine. You can't buy two.
Yeah, and they got budgeted.
There's actually 21 kids here because Angel's away. Yeah.
Well, actually, there's a few people. Kiana's away and Angel was
I think this is.
Oh yeah, so
That
now
would be
you
great.
know
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Boys and girls, what do we say to Matthew for coming to present to us today? Thank you.
Oh, hey, there's the sign language right there. Excellent.
All right, well, thank you so much, Matthew,
Yeah,
for
thank you.
coming to